Get on in here in the Tokyo Dome. Who will be at the World Baseball Classic? Day 2, China and the Czech Republic. Folks rolling in on this Friday afternoon. Team China, again, they had the late game yesterday, Jose. It wrapped up, what, 11 p.m. local time? Quick turnaround, but we were watching them pregame, their workouts. Down in the tunnels, you could hear them. Ton of energy, ton of pep in their step. They're ready to go.
They're ready to go. We heard it all the way up here in the booth. I mean, with that energy that is provided by their leader and manager, and he feeds off the youth too himself. There's no doubt. I mean, this team is prepped for this matchup here today.
Starting pitcher for China, Xiao Fuyang, 23-year-old right-hander. His World Baseball Classic debut against a team, a country making its World Baseball Classic debut. Let's show you the starting lineup for Pavel Hadim and Czechia, the Czech Republic. There is a few names to circle on your scorecards. Batting third and in center, Marek Kluk, who plays for North Greenville University. Stand-up D2, the best player there. And one of the best players here, batting behind Erik Sogard, his Czech national team debut for the big league veteran. And Martin Červenka, widely regarded as the most successful player to come out of the Czech Republic. He's behind the plate and leading the charge.
I'll be facing Xiao Fuyang, so let's consider this. We know what happened last night with the walks. It's about strikes, and more strikes. In other words, it translates into go out there and induce contact. We saw this team also play very good defense. Even though they're young, they position well. They listen well to Tarek Brock, especially out on that bench. Well-experienced major league coach, and certainly we see how well he leads this ball club when it comes down to the defensive side. So trusted.
Now behind Xiao Fuyang, the defensive alignment for Team China. Very similar to what we saw in the opener. Really the only difference behind the plate. Luan Chen now catching Li Ning. He had a busy night.
He did.
A long night.
Actually, I missed watching him.
Oh, he had very fun behind the plate. So it's Luan Chen's opportunity. Ray Chang, the designated hitter, as a player coach. Wojtek Menchik will step in to lead off the game. Swings at the first pitch, grounded through the left side. An official welcome to the World Baseball Classic for the Czech Republic.
Here's another thing we're going to be hearing a lot of. Their crowd is so loud to our right. And it's something we're not going to be ignoring here throughout the afternoon because, I mean, from the hotel grounds all the way through Tokyo streets, you see Czech Republic on their chest proudly.
The fan club is in attendance for Czech baseball. And behind the team dugout, beverages are flowing early. Now Erik Sogard. Received Czech citizenship in January of last year. Again, his national team debut. So he can represent them at the World Baseball Classic as well as the 2023 European Championship, which will be played in the Czech Republic.
Well, the path here obviously is one that makes you believe how much they believed, how the talent grew. They play their Extra Liga, their local baseball league.
Ball one to Sogard, the only player on this Czech roster with MLB experience. 11 seasons with 5 different clubs. Baseball fans in the States, and those specifically in Oakland, Milwaukee, Tampa Bay, the Cubs and the Blue Jays, remember, his nerd power. That's especially A's. That's what that was.
That's right. Controls the bat well. Line drive hitter, versatile. And it seems like every team member comes to him, as they should, to hear some stories about Major League Baseball.
Strike one.
Fuyang showing the confidence of that off speed, which was one pitch that throughout the night last night against Samurai Japan was just a problem. I mean, just to get back into counts when the fastballs were not near the zone.
Yeah.
Okay, so when's the last time you heard part of the crowd acting as coaches? Because every time he's picked over first base, the Czech fans are yelling back. Just great.
It would remind some of our American viewers back home of the energy that you sense and feel from college dugouts, right? In baseball and softball.
It's wonderful. It's
Get
contagious.
involved. I love it. The 1-1 pitch to Sogard. Yeah.
There's a pitch out. Which
Looking at Menchik there at first base, thought he was going to go.
There's something you don't see very often in baseball anymore at the big league level.
We have seen a few pickoffs through a couple games here in Pool B.
We've seen
a couple successful ones.
Very good moves also.
On the 2-1, Sogard grounds it through the right side. Menchik's going first to third. The throw from right field cut off. Back-to-back base hits for the Czech Republic.
Yeah, for any ball club coming into this larger stage here, especially in the Tokyo Dome, and to get up to a good start, I can't say enough about that. Just about loosening things up and letting them know that it's not about the stage, it's about what got us here and how we can continue to just be that scrappy team as we've seen so far with two batters.
All right, for all the folks who stayed up in Tigerville, South Carolina, all the Crusaders out there rooting for NGU, your boy's up. Mark, who?
So what a pleasant young man in our conversation with him. Articulate, has a focus. He knows there's a next level. And first at bat in the World Baseball Classic finds him with an opportunity to get their first run. A historic moment could be here for him.
Takes strike two. So Hloop now stars for North Greenville University, a Division II school. He started his U.S. collegiate career at NC State. He's looking for more playing time after a couple of years. And this was before the transfer portal allowed the free movement of college athletes. So the only place he could play right away was going down to D2 as he fouls it back. And so there were some connections in the Carolinas. The NC State staff, the training facility, North Carolina, Mike Griffin, who was the longtime coach of the national team, now an assistant on this staff at the World Baseball Classic, gave a call to an old friend, former big leaguer Landon Powell, who's the head coach at North Greenville. And they found a new home for Marek, and he has made it a special home for him. Sticks the bat out there, right field, tailing into the glove of Yang Pei. No, drops the glove, and it allows the Czech Republic to score its first World Baseball Classic run.
Clear path right in front of him. Hits a glove, pops right out. But the value of using the other part of the field obviously pays off here on what would have been just an easy out by China, and that run would not have scored as shallow as that fly ball was.
Team China's defense against Japan was spectacular, specifically on the infield, up the middle. And that's a huge part of their game plan in this tournament. Don't have to play perfect, but you got to play clean. Unfortunate mistake there. Puts them behind 1-0. Now first and second, still nobody out. Martin Chervenka, 30-year-old from Praha. become the player regarded as the guy in Czech Republic baseball, and someone who's come incredibly close to becoming the first player born in present-day Czechia to reach Major League Baseball. Foul behind, count now 1-1. 10 minor league seasons, the Cleveland, Baltimore, and New York Met systems. Got up to AAA in 2019 in Norfolk with the Orioles organization. Then in 2021 in Syracuse with the Mets organization.
Got some power.
High fly ball, right field. Cervenka pushing Liang Pei back just in front of the wall, who makes the catch. Tagging up is Sogard. He'll go to third base.
Our hitting coach, Alexander Durhak, ought to be quite proud of just the approach he's seen so far from these veteran players. Aggressive, finding something they can handle, and especially like somebody like Cervenka going the other way with some authority. Moves their runner over a little bit closer now. More pressure now, obviously, on the Chinese defense.
There's Alex. He's getting involved on the workout day. He's trying to help move equipment around. He's like, you know what, I'm just gonna get out of the way.
Yeah.
Just an impediment right now. Maciej Menchik, the right fielder, watches the ball.
Yeah, those breaking balls are not biting, they're rolling in there, which could be dangerous.
Pretty good pitch. Just outside, apparently. 2 balls, no strikes. Last year in Extraliga, Menchik / 411, 522, 822 in 21 games. Probably wouldn't surprise you, Jose, to learn that 822 slugging percentage led the league.
822 is 822 in any league, and
yeah,
no doubt, no question about that. He can do a lot. OPS over 1,300.
Strike one.
Pay a lot of attention, Stephen, to the way pitches are taken, especially on teams that we haven't seen or not familiar with, or what style of baseball they play. And their approach, the way they take pitches, tells me a lot about that could be a very good situational hitting team. Stay inside the ball well and look away.
Taking off for second base. He can calmly get there, Marek. It's ball 4. To load the bases with 1 out in the first inning.
So far, 17 pitches, 10 strikes, which is a better ratio than anything we saw last night. But at the same time, there's a couple balls that found some holes, and one that should have been handled on the outfield. Put more pressure on the youngster, Fuyang.
Dean Traynor signaling back. Appears after 17 pitches. Xiao Vuyang's outing is done. The Czechs up 1, looking for more with the bases loaded. Back at the top of the first inning, Martin Mužík due up with the bases loaded for the Czech Republic. His job as a stadium groundkeeper and coach. But for Czech Republic baseball is a huge part of why they're here at the World Baseball Classic. This was in the qualifiers last year in Germany. in September at a 2-run home run to open the clinching second Spain game, which ultimately was the game winner and helped them book their tickets here to Tokyo. New pitcher for Team China, Jose.
On Zhang, and hopefully he'll bring that ERA and put it into play, because one thing that happens with him is he does allow almost a hit per inning. The walks are a little bit high, but he finds a way to get out of jams that Dean Traynor knows which guys to go to when it comes down to trying to stop the bleeding here in the early going. And he's the ideal guy when you consider the hits allowed, the walks, but the ERA minuscule.
Jung Shaoqun. It's Music. Throw down to third base. Not going to get Sogard.
It's not a bad play. Keep the defense alive and see what happens in case somebody is falling asleep. And just keep it active. They've spent so much time on the field, Stephen, since last night. On the defensive side, it's notable.
Slice foul. Oh, Czech fan souvenir, maybe. Four for 15 in Regensburg. That's a lens.
That's a hat. Love that.
Yeah, I buried the lead, I guess. The hat first before the lens. 1-1 pitch. Did not hold up. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, much better buy than that breaking ball here from Chacon. Got him to commit. Usually right over the top. I mean, exaggerated over the top delivery. Allow him to hide the baseball a little bit better.
On the 1-2 pitch, Mujik shoots it the other way to right field. This one tracked down by Liang Pei. Sogard tagging at third. He'll slide in safely, and it's 2-0.
I'm impressed. Just the way they go out there and adjust on the fly. And still, I can't say it enough. Big believer. You stay inside the ball, good things happen. You allow the ball to travel, good things happen. Be aware of situational hitting. Have an idea and trust it.
Willie Escala, the left fielder, batting 7th. Born in Florida, and he, like Sogard, making his Czech national team debut at the World Baseball Classic. The only switch hitter that they have on the roster.
Got some Cuban blood. Got some Cubano in him. Escala.
His mother is Czech, his father Cuban. Grounded sharply to second base, off the glove of Liu Jinjun, but he recovers in time to flip it to second for out number 2. But it's 2-0 Czech Republic after a half inning of play. The Czech Republic, first World Baseball Classic game, in the first inning scores its first 2 runs. So a lead for Daniel Padishak. The right-hander, 6'5", 220. Pitching in the United States for Charleston Southern University. Only a senior there at the school, hoping to have his name called in the upcoming MLB draft. Coming off a campaign during which he led the Buccaneers to their first conference title since the year 2000. Facing this lineup for Dean Traynor and Team China. Again, nearly identical to what we saw in the opener against Japan. One change at the bottom of the order. Won Chen Chen, the catcher, now in. Liang Pei the author of that massive home run. That ball was smoked last night.
Boy, quick bat right through that zone, inner half. Well, Team China goes from facing Shohei Ohtani for 4 innings and making contact. You know, not hard contact, but they put the ball in play often.
Basically a perfect game going for Shohei. Yeah. Tipped in the glove, strike 2. This was on Thursday night.
Yeah, watch his path. Tuck those elbows in, my goodness, or let it fly.
High from Padishak. Young plays for the Beijing Tigers, China Baseball League. 24-year-old swings at strike 3. Backing up, Padishak for the Czech Republic defensively, going around the horn. You have Chervenka behind the plate, their team leader. Then at first, Mujik, Sogard at second, Menshik at short, Smola at third, Escala, Kluk, and Menshik from left to right field. Peter Zima out of retirement to play in the World Baseball Classic.
Wouldn't you?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Get
once
out.
Pavel Khadim was named manager, that's what brought him back. You know, long-time connection with him, and so he's still here, still going. Yang Jin.
You know, as we give
back.
Pavel Khadim so much credit, but let's not forget about Mr. Griffin. I mean,
oh no,
he has pretty much been the provider, the supporter, the encourager, passing on to Pavel Khadim. But Mike Griffin, what a nice job. And I mean, the effort he's put in and sacrifices he's put to have this team right here is remarkable.
Two balls, 2 strikes. China's shortstop. Slick fielder. Big swing and a miss, back-to-back punch-outs for Padishak.
It is important with that fastball and velocity that his manager wants to see. Yeah, you change eye levels, especially against an eager young ball club. Any fastball near those eyes looks better, but for him, speed. Go out there and use it as you just did. And then react to those swings on the foul balls, on their approach, on their path, because you got enough information to go out there and adjust accordingly. When we asked his manager about why he was the pick, he goes, one simple reason. Not a mix, not repertoire, speed, velocity.
Yeah. They want him to use that fastball. He's quickly ahead of Yusuke Masago.
And he's quickly ready to go, too. He'd have no issue with a clock right now in the big leagues.
Ground ball. Sogard is there, calmly collected. Throw to first is in time. 1, 2, 3. Padishak sends Team China down in order. 2-0 after 1.
Hey, we all need to go to class sometimes. And
true.
Every day. How about pool locations? 4 to begin with, ending up in Miami. Pitch count limits, 65, 80, and 95. How to advance, that's very important. Round robin only on the first round, then single elimination. Top 2 teams from each one of the sites qualifies. And then early termination rule, 15 runs through 5 or 10 runs through 7 innings. But I think adjusting things, Stephen, on the pool play, top 2 teams from Taiwan will move here. It kind of tweaks things and puts the urgency right on you right away.
Yeah, no easing into the knockout round right away. Peter Zima Foul behind home plate over the netting. Everyone's okay. 1 ball, 1 strike to the team captain. We alluded to his relationship to Pavel Khadim, the manager for the Czech Republic, and that's why he's back, because he's played under him since he was 16 years old. Now, at the age of 33, investment broker, financial market analyst. That's when he's not on the national team, which he is right now at the World Baseball Classic. Takes a second strike.
As you mentioned, I mean, these are great stories for so many reasons and, you know, sides that we can take, okay? But, or angles. But these guys have to go out there and provide for a family. And then, oh, by the way, be a ball player.
He strikes out swinging here in the top of the second inning. But, Jose, you're absolutely right. I mean, because they have jobs to provide for their families, they're using, a lot of them, vacation time to make sure they can get to practice.
And one of my questions was, how about practice? If you have an 8 to 5 job in practice, well, they work it around, as you mentioned, vacation hours to play in the Extra Liga.
Strike 1 to Filip Smola. Third baseman takes a ball. He hit the ball hard. With a lot of experience playing overseas. He'd spend a season at IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. A couple seasons at the University of Charleston in 2020 and 2021. After a handful of years playing in the United States, went back home. Sees action in Extra Liga while working as an auditor.
Even some time around an area that we know very well, it's Saddleback College in California.
Another souvenir.
It's nice stuff staying on the ball. As we talk about their surprising rise to get to this level, Stephen, but, you know, when it comes down to youth baseball, they have had a lot of success through the years. I mean, even getting to the Little League World Series level. And Pavel Khadim himself has been involved in that level too.
Strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Sheng Xiaoquin.
That was a good sequence there by Xiaoquin. I mean, think about the curveball that he's sitting on. And again, velocity is not necessarily your best tool when it comes down to being able to set up a hitter to beat him upstairs. Well positioned, well prepared, and well finished.
Top of the order, and Menchik singled on the very first pitch of the World Baseball Classic for the Czech Republic.
There's a lot of nerves coming into this one. Family members, delegation members, players themselves. But I'm telling you, in any sport, you get that first one out of the way, and it's like, oh, nice. Now we're just playing baseball. That's why his base hit is so important.
Yeah.
It'll break the ice.
I mean, that first inning, honestly, that went about as well as you could have hoped for a Czech baseball fan. You scored 2 runs first inning here. Starting pitcher comes out, a couple of strikeouts to begin the game in a 1-2-3 inning. Get the ball rolling, exhale, and now go.
I ran into a couple of the wives this morning. Same thing as like, yes, we're very nervous, but we don't want to show it to our husbands.
You can't.
We're just being supporters, but we are so nervous for them. We want them to do very well for our country.
Two balls, two strikes. And you can not just understand, you would almost expect that to be the case, because this is a momentous occasion for their country and their baseball federation. Just getting here, going through the gauntlet of qualifiers in Germany, upsetting Spain.
After getting beat up 21-7 by Spain, but also having lost 2 previous qualifiers.
They lost to Spain, the mercy rule, the early termination rule. 2-2. Counts full.
You know, in Team Spain, well, they mix of players from many different places in the world, especially Latin America. Very experienced players, including former major leaguers.
Talented prospects, too.
Beat up on the Czech Republic first game 21-7. Then came revenge, and it was quite sweet.
Too high inside, a 2-out walk. Czechs lead off shortstop.
Keep the inning alive, but also you want to keep the pressure on that defense. We saw how sloppy they could be as a young defense. Saw it yesterday too. Among some bad plays, also some great plays, but I would run right here. Get him going.
Luo Jin-jun at second, Young Jin at short. He kind of carried the freight defensively last night. Shifted on Sogard. Luo Jin-jun just beyond the infield in shallow right field. Again, playing under the 2022 rule book. No shift restrictions that Major League Baseball fans will be learning about in 2023. There's a strike to Sogard. No bigger bases here. No pitch clock.
You notice that even with that, there's so little information on some players that we haven't seen exaggerated shifts or anything like that. The first 2 ball games.
Jung Xiaoqun just keeping Menchik honest. Not really attempting an aggressive pickoff move. Of course, with 2 outs, don't want to throw to get away.
You know what's frustrating is you want to see his best move, which he's not allowing you to see yet.
Menchik with 1 of them in on. Strike 2 to Sogard.
So if you're picking something to run off of, 0-2 obviously now would also still be, to me, a good count to run on, even if he throws a high fastball. It's not that he's that fast. He begins quickly, but just pauses as his front leg goes back. There's a slight pause before he delivers home plate. That's your mechanism to advance a couple of steps and have an edge.
And Cheek going, Sogard fouling.
Yeah, and to me, the most important thing is to keep the defense just uncomfortable, moving, circulation, open up some holes. Sogard can handle the bat and just never know what he might run into. And as I said earlier, Stephen, this defense has been on that field for a very long time, since late game last night, too. And that affects you, there's no doubt.
Yeah, the short turnaround, definitely something to keep in mind as this game moves along. See if Dean Traynor works in substitutions, get guys off their legs, or if they're in there and you see tired mistakes.
Yes, mental lapses. It usually happens when guys are not throwing strikes. You get on your heels, and before you know it, that first step is lost in your quickness.
Menchik can run. He'll be doing so. 2 strikes and 2 outs. Thought he was going to take off. He did not. Ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nice reaction behind the plate, following the path trajectory and starting off and giving his pitcher even more confidence in throwing that pitch again. Center line, where's the baseball? There it is. Well angled to the left shoulder, tucked in. Yadi Molina. One question I had for him when I first met him, the great Molina brothers. Vladdy goes, there's a center line in your body. Center line the baseball. When you see pitches in the dirt, work off of that. And then angle your shoulders, your chest accordingly.
Sogard, base hit up the middle. Menchik into third base, standing up. The Czech Republic attempting a 2-out rally.
Tell you what, just keep him disrupted. More pitches, the better. Good back control on the ball that I really thought was going to be caught. Yeah, I think the most surprised guy was a shortstop, Young Jin.
He kind of paused instead of continuing his break toward the baseball.
Little handcuff. And, you know, the experience tells me that there's a lot of times when you break towards the bag, you don't anticipate a ball being hit, and you just lose a line drive like that sometimes just in the background.
Another look at Marek Hlup. First time up, there's that error in right field. Allowed Czechia to score its first run of the game in the World Baseball Classic. Had a nice conversation with his collegiate head coach back in the States, Landon Powell, who's done a terrific job with the program. They are the reigning D2 national champions, after all. He said he's never seen a player like this. 6'4", 235, a freak athlete, shredded, no body fat. He's a 6'5" runner. 30 bags, nearly perfect, maybe thrown out 1 time a year ago. The only quote-unquote negative against him from a next level perspective is the fact that he's 24. Again, that's what scouts have told him. Takes a ball too.
Don't listen to the scouts then. Play the game, you know. If you consider the amount of baseball he's played compared to other guys at 24, Steven, where's his development compared to them? But as he mentioned it to us twice, like, yeah, but I'm 24. It's like, don't let that be a detractor for you.
Those are teams doing that team control.
Just be a ball player. Be a ball player. Get a chance.
Fouled back, even at 2-2. He wanted to do more with that. But he is looking at this World Baseball Classic as his stage, his chance to show scouts, hey, you may think I'm old at 24, but I could still be a player for you at the next level.
That's it. Your skills will be polished off and developed as you play with more experience and experienced players.
2 on, 2 out. The 2-2 pitch to Hlup in the dirt.
Stay in motion. As Eric Sogard picked a great pitch. That is just sequencing, paying attention, and getting a pattern. Look at that. He did not even need to have the best jump because he anticipated breaking ball and got it.
So now 2 runners in scoring position for the Czech Republic's Unicorn.
Got to tell yourself, lay off the high fastball, but look away.
Unicorn descriptor coming from Powell. I mean, he said he compared him to Judge, Aaron Judge, in that what he can do at his size. Very rare. On the 3-2, that ball is down. Ball 4 to load the bases.
Quality at bats and the walks. Enemy number 1 last night are starting to show up here. After 2 strikeouts, the first 2 batters.
After 33 pitches for Jung Chao-Quinn, Dean Traynor will walk out to the mound to make another change on the bump and try and limit the damage.
Here's like a father. Hand on the shoulder, eye to eye. You, the translator. You have to applaud people like Dean Traynor.
Okay.
John McLaren, a big part of this himself in his history of baseball in China. This team has been managed before by Jim Lefevre, Terry Collins, John McLaren a couple of times. Former Major League manager himself, and big asset to baseball all throughout baseball around the world.
Now Chervenka. Big swing. Again, if the question is posed to the Czech dugout, who do you want up there in a situation like this? It's Martin Chervenka. Holds up.
The big reason why they're here and why they beat Spain and France and Germany in that qualifier. Big tournament with a bat.
2 home runs against Germany, tied the game in the first inning with a shot, then 1 in the 7th, padded the lead en route to a win. The bases loaded here. Watches ball 2. Mike Griffin, who's coached Chervenka a long time for the national team, and he's in the dugout now. He knows how close Chervenka has come to reaching the major leagues, and he drives one to left field. Right in front of the track is Ko Young Kang to make the catch. Remains 2-0 as China avoids the threat.
First pitch to Angel Beltre may have done it. A grounder to first. It's a new day on the international landscape. The Czech Republic is headed to the World Baseball Classic.
What a scene in Regensburg, Germany last September. The Czech Republic upsetting Spain in the World Baseball Classic qualifier to punch the country's first ticket to this international tournament. That's again against the team that beat them 21-7. Mercy ruled them in their first meeting, but in that game, it's rare. You get mercy ruled and you lose by 14 runs, and you come out of that feeling like you could beat anybody. But that's what happened to the Czech Republic. Scored some runs later in the game, hit some home runs, took some nice swings. And that gave them energy, gave them confidence, loosened them up. And then they were ready for that rematch against Spain.
We talk about their leader being a neurologist, right? One of the top neurologists in the country. But my goodness, his psychology on the ball club is something to remember. The things that he goes to get them away from anything that will trigger pressure is pretty amazing. Things like, well, offense, you know, we just lost 21-7, but let's do a better job catching the baseball.
Don't think that way takes their mind away from the plate.
100%.
Holding the bat too tight, fouled back by Chen Chen, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think, you know, our case in conversation with him was like a case study Where's this guy going with all the information and why?
And he's pointing at his head. Neurologist. I'm a neurologist with a degree in psychology.
As we talked about Patty Shack earlier with him, he's like, velocity, that's all I want. Secondary pitches don't matter.
Oh, I mean, if you're paying attention to the radar gun, the velo's been there.
First inning, 13 pitches, 11 fastballs, which is what he wanted, more fastballs. 93.7 average on his fastball. That's a pretty good heater.
Chen with a high fly ball. Escala calling everybody off because he's underneath it. The international experience for the Czech Republic, again going to host the upcoming European Baseball Championships in 2023. Qualifying last year. Couldn't advance either time in 2012 and 2016. That's in the past. And here and now at the Tokyo Dome. Pavel Khadim's dream has come true. And now that he's here, I think, well, why not win?
It's not about competing. He's like, no, it's about, I want to see the flow that I saw in practice with my team. Is what he told us. Just go out there and play the game the same way, same confidence, which leads to winning.
Ray Chang with a hot shot to third base, but right at Smola.
Ray can still swing the bat. He's happy now to see Shohei Ohtani on the mound, as he referred to us yesterday. We talk about velocity to Shohei Ohtani last night. Well, his fastball about a mile per hour higher than his average last season with the Angels.
We saw Hunter a couple times. Xiao Jie, 25-year-old first baseman. Flies out of play.
I like Patty Shack's style, man. He rears back, fires away, not trying to be too cute with location. You just want to fill that zone with his veteran catcher.
A little high with that 1-1. Pitch 25 for Padishak. Another foul ball. So for the Czech righty, he is the son of a pair of attorneys in Prague. And his father, passionate about baseball, growing up in the former Czechoslovakia, playing pickup games. And he gets Xiao to strike out swinging. That'll be the third K for Padishak's day. And after two, it's 2-0 the Czech Republic. Got to give you more shots of the scene outside the Tokyo Dome for this 2023 World Baseball Classic. It has been awesome. Just seeing the energy in this city, in this country for this event hosting. People are just taking everything off the shelves from a merchandise standpoint. And tonight, the rivalry in this pool will take center stage. Japan and Korea. That will be our second game, starting at 7 p.m. local time. Darvish get to face Ha-Sung Kim. Kwon Hyung Kim will face his former Cardinal teammate Lars Nootbaar, with his former Cardinal teammate in Tommy Edman.
So many stories.
Oh no, yeah, Shohei Ohtani.
But you know, from afar, we see the passion, we see the love, we see the history of baseball in Japan, and then we see the history of players dating back to 1965 with Murakami-san. But then you get here, it's a totally different experience.
Menchik puts one in the air to left field at the wall. It's gone! Matej Menšík with the first home run for the Czech Republic in World Baseball Classic history.
The next batter, first baseman, Martin Bucic.
Given reason for an entire country in the Czech Republic to be celebrating this all-historic event. What a blast. There's the lift. That's getting under a high fastball as we saw last night too. Look at this. Getting and creating your own launch angle. It's all dictated by the baseball, the spin, the dip, and movement.
Did you say launch angle?
You created, yes.
36 degrees there for Menšík. Earlier, we discussed his slug. An 822 in Extraliga that paced the league.
Oh, there's my favorite hat.
Before today's over, I need you wearing that. And a 3-0 game here in the top of the third inning. 0-2 pitch grounded foul by Bucic.
I will too. Let's find it. I should wear that hat for an open.
You won't. You won't.
I won't? Let's do it. Just find that fan.
See Bucic's numbers in 2022.
Unless you're saying if
Those
I do
will
that,
play.
I'll never work with you again. I'm going to be getting a call saying, hey, by the way, who's that clown in that booth?
Even if you were wearing the hat, as Bucic strikes out, people would still say, I'm the clown. We'll say that's yeah. So one down here in the top of the third inning.
It looks better on that gentleman than it would on me, that's for sure. You see the lines on that hat, too. And there's a story about even the socks they're wearing in Eric Sogard.
Yes. Yeah. You wanted to bring the high stirrups, the high socks.
Yeah, we're going to talk about when Eric Sogard comes up.
Okay.
About that.
Escala on the first pitch. Popped up left side of the infield. Along the line. And the catch is made by Yang Jin.
The next batter, designated hitter, Patel Jiva.
Sogard and Jima. So we'll talk about Sogard later, but we can talk a little bit about him now.
We can talk about anything
So
we
starting
want
a
about
story
Sogard.
with 2 outs and
Yeah.
I'll broadcast bugaboo. But Jima, the team captain, takes a ball.
As Charlie Stoner would say, if Vince Scully starts that story with 2 outs, he's going to be able to feel the story.
Okay.
Any other of us? No chance.
No chance, yeah. So Jima wore number 9 forever. When Eric Sogard joined the team, he, not knowing that about Jima, he asked, hey, can I wear number 9? And Jima, being the team captain that he is, didn't hesitate, offered it up. He said, you know, I'll just throw another 9 on my uniform. And now he's 99.
It's being Manny.
And also welcoming a new player to the national team. A nice gesture, the team captain, who also wears
The big leaguer.
the glasses. Down and in, 3-0.
Those faces tell a tremendous story.
Nice breaking ball in there for a strike. Shanjin Chang, home plate umpire, calling for time. As he was hearing from Dean Traynor, manager for Team China. We'll take another stroll out to the mound. Taking the ball from Zheng Xiaoqun. We'll come back with a new arm out of the Chinese bullpen. New pitcher for Team China. One we've been waiting to see, Jose Mota. Alan John Carter. 6'3", 205-pound right-hander, currently in the Angels organization. Was born in Singapore. His mother, Maggie, born in China. Captain of her basketball team. Became a lawyer there. His father's in the golf industry. That's how they met.
And
being abroad.
Having spoken with Mr. Carter, he is a driven young man who utilized actually the pandemic lapse to make himself a better athlete, a better pitcher. And the story goes on and on and on as to who he is today. And this young man has some high hopes, and there's no questioning his work habits. I mean, he's off the charts in what he described that he's done to get here.
Entering the middle of an AB against Jima, the 3-1 count. First pitch, 94 miles per hour, but outside, so that's ball 4.
Questioning why take him out when he did, considering that even with the pitch limits.
Right. Once you get to 50 pitches, that means you have to have 4 days of rest.
Right. But that's the only reason why you would do this, considering they have an off day coming too. But he could have finished.
Yes.
The at bat.
Yes. If you're finishing an AB, you can go over the plateau and not face the rest restrictions. So, interesting move. We get to watch Alan Carter, and you see his middle name on the back of his jersey, which means so much to him.
We invite you to keep your eye on the radar gun velocity. There's 95. For a kid that not long ago was barely touching 90 miles an hour.
That heater can tickle 99. And when 94 fouled back by Smola, who struck out his first time up. And already, I mean, he's throwing a handful of pitches. He's got the 4 fastest ones of the ball game. I think a lot of folks, including the Czech Republic, believe he would be the starter in this game. 2 misses outside, because it is an important game. The same way, similar to how we discussed Australia and Korea being pivotal to determine those top 2 spots. Well, the winner of this game automatically qualifies for the next World Baseball Classic in 2026. And the Czech Republic knows, having experienced the grueling qualifying gauntlet last September, they don't want to do that again.
That's the mission they're on. So yeah, surprising that it wasn't Carter, the one that was utilized earlier.
Two pitch. Tails out of play into the camera well.
His fastball beyond velocity is described by a couple of scouts I've run into here in Tokyo. It's a heavy fastball. Good carry. And at contact point, some have described it as hitting a bowling ball, is how heavy it is.
Full count. to the Czech third baseman.
You can tell he's got to calm down a little bit more. Just trying to throw too hard and just not finding the zone consistently. He's got to work down.
That'll do. That'll do. That's a strikeout for Jean Carter. 3-0 in the middle of the third. We welcome you back to the 2023 World Baseball Classic and Pool B action in Tokyo, Japan. Japan, Korea, Australia, the Czech Republic, and China, the 5 teams on display for the baseball world to see.
Got to talk to our crew as to where to find some of these souvenirs, just so they're beautifully exposed. Maybe you know.
I do not. I do need to get some omiyage to take home, though. So if you get the answer, Jose, pass it along, please. Here in the bottom of the third inning, the Czech Republic leading China 3-0.
I think I'll be leaving here with another suitcase.
Accurate. Czechs got on the board in the first inning. First run for the country in this tournament, thanks to an error in right field. Added another via the sac fly. Then, at the top of this frame, a leadoff home run for Menchik.
Padishak continues to use that fastball effectively now since the last inning. A little more mix on his changeup and breaking ball. 26 pitches through the first 2, 17 strikes.
Pitch 30 misses. Count 2-2 for the righty who pitched for the Savannah Bananas last summer.
They're the social media. Spectacular.
Well, he's in the World Baseball Classic. Bananas are on their world tour. Ooh. Full count. Strike 3 swinging. That's number 4 for Padishak.
Tell you what, it helps when you have a veteran catcher. And when you start incorporating your secondary pitches, your third pitch, and just finally say, you know what, just no credit to anybody else. You miss a couple of times, let's go back to number 1. No chance. And, you know, something important here, Stephen, for manager Adim is trying to have his pitcher be as economical as possible and have those good arms available for him as much as possible going forward.
Yeah.
So be economical.
Behind Luo Jinjun, 2-0. But Pavel Hadim knows that the future of the Czech Republic and the Czech national team, Padishak's right arm is a huge part of it. 2 balls and a strike.
You know what happens too with as one generation passes the baton is then they become the best teachers for those coming. They have watched them pitch and perform and represent their countries, and all those things are taken into consideration, you know, culturally, which is important.
Strike 2. Well, Hadim's gone so far as to say that Padishak, starter, and Mikhail Kovala was a 19-year-old, moved to the U.S., started his career in North Carolina, currently on the bench right now for this game, but he's ranked the #1 European prospect according to the Perfect Game rankings. Those two could win the European Championship for us.
It's huge, and not hiding the fact that, yeah, I want that on their shoulders and in their minds.
Three balls, 2 strikes. And And it bears repeating, Czech Republic hosting the 2023 tournament there in Europe.
Go out there and throw this fastball as fast as you can. And wave that flag beautifully.
It's ball 4. One out base runner for China. And now Luan Chen, the catcher at the bottom of the order.
First base runner for China comes with number 8 hitter, and I'm sure that's one that Padishak will love back. Especially bottom of the order there, leading to number 9 hitter. Just mechanically a little bit lost in that last sequence. Just needs to get back to that front shoulder driving in. Then when you look at his mechanics, you see where his shoulder goes first, and when he loads up, where his hands go, which is what sometimes can get him just a little off kilt. Just watch his upper body.
Ground ball, stabbed there at first base, to short for 1, back to first for 2. Mujik and Menshik on the ground ball induced by Padishak. It's still a 3-0 lead for the Czechs.
Up 3-0, top of the 4th inning. Czech Republic showing not just the offensive abilities, but also the glove. Padishak throws a strike after the walk and go and give it out to your first baseman. Most important thing here, starting with a baseball on one knee, clear that path, go across the bag, and complete it. Nice responsibility on the 3-6-1 double play. It's a beautiful thing when pitchers are involved, Stephen.
Showing that they're athletes too.
They're involved.
Yeah.
They're engaged.
You know, the transitive property in sports, it's a fun thing, but not always an accurate thing. But at this point, last night, in China's opener against Japan through 4 innings, it was just a 1-0 game. The Czech Republic up 3-0. Czech Republic will face Japan later in pool play. Right now, top of the order, Wojtek Menchik. '96 for Jean Carter.
He's got some run, man. He's got some run.
A little scouting report on Alan Jean Carter. And you talked about what his arsenal used to feature back when he was at Columbus State for a couple of seasons there. He was a guy who would sit 88, 91, maybe touch 93. Ground ball from Menchik to short. Jin will throw him out. Transfers to Lee University to pandemic. He's like, I'm going to take this opportunity to better myself, get in the gym. Worked out a ton, watched YouTube videos. It's like, how can I better myself? How can I get some more? And he learned, he's watching a video where he's like, about shortening arm action because he was very long, very, what was the word he used with us? Very stabby?
Stabby, and he said just too long and just not able to get to the arm slot consistent. So shorten things up.
And that.
A la Lucas Giolito.
Correct.
Top example.
And that opened everything for him, including more doors for baseball opportunities. Ground ball from Sogard. Another one for Yang Jin. And another out for Team China and Alan John Carter.
Coming into this inning, Carter averaging 94.6 on his fastball throughout this game. He's like, I use any tool that I could find.
Yes.
Social media, YouTube, you know, well-known social media coaches and YouTube coaches, and just to find out. Because he understood also, Stephen, for my build, I should be throwing harder. What do I need to do?
This is a really fun battle. Alan John Carter and Mark Hloop. Two players trying to prove themselves on the World Baseball Classic stage. For Carter, he was signed by the Angels, so he's in pro ball. Hloop wants to get there. And for Hloop, trying to ask, hey, what holes are there in your game, or what are the things you have to work on? And for him, he's just facing velocity. Sees a lot of spin playing in North Greenville, and he knows in this pool he's going to see some velo.
As you mentioned, this is a great platform for him. But velocity is prevalent all throughout the game. It doesn't matter what level you're in. So this perhaps could serve as a great way for him to gauge and make adjustments, shorten the swing, and make good decisions in the batter's box, which is key.
Two balls, two strikes.
Decisions like, which area am I getting to? Which fastball, Stephen, are beating me more? Where's my hand action better? Where are my hands better positioned to get to that spot? But know one thing, don't try to cover everything, because it's not going to happen.
2-2, strike three, swinging, and a fist pump from Alan John Carter, capping off a 1-2-3 fourth inning to keep China the deficit to 3. The Czech Republic leading China 3-0. Looking at Daniel Padishak. Through 3 innings, he's faced the minimum. 4 strikeouts. And that inning-ending double play, which he factored in the 3-6-1.
Well, we saw there. Speed, he's using it well, and also reacting to those swings. You saw the swings on the strikeouts, and most of them tell you one thing: no extension. Tied him up.
Getting close to that 50-pitch plateau is Padishak. 1, 2, and 3 in Team China's order. Ground ball scooped up by Menchik at short.
Oh, that brought back some memories of a guy named Troy Tulowitzki and the way the shortstop Menchik was getting around that with one hand and throwing on the fly. Watch this, where he starts, finds the baseball, and you go ahead, Tulo. Beautiful.
Yang Jin had his ticket punched in the first inning, takes the ball. In the Czech Republic media guide at the World Baseball Classic, they have beautiful bios on every single player, nicknames, their hobbies, their jobs away from baseball.
To me, the most important thing, their jobs away from baseball.
Padishak is fallen behind 3-0. And for the Czech starter, his biggest asset, the right arm.
Yes.
Which is accurate. His favorite Major League Baseball pitcher, Nolan Ryan.
He's done his work on history and research. Nice job.
For the 23-year-old. 1-out walk here in the 4th.
Back to pitching just like he did with a 1-out walk in the past inning. Ended up getting the double play on the next batter, so back to just not trying to just throw the ball through a brick wall here.
Yusuke Masago had a double against Japan last night in the opener.
This is the player that Tarek Brock, our good friend and third base coach for China, says, I am looking forward to watching Masago at this stage.
Did he tell you why specifically?
Skills. I want to see the skills that he's shown me, the ability to apply the wisdom and the things we've worked on. He goes, I want to see how he reacts to this whole thing. Yes, Hadid keeps a close eye now in the conversation on the mound.
Pitch 49. Deep crouch down. 6'3" right-hander. Now the pitch to Masago. Soft liner, one hop to short, well picked by Menchik. Another double play to end the inning for Padishak in the Czech Republic.
Show me those hands at shortstop, my friend. Those are smooth as silk. Another double play. Oh, yeah. Show me the ball. Sogi, you finish it off. 3-0.
Alan Carter still working for Team China. The top of the 5th inning. His team chasing 3 against the Czech Republic.
Oh, this young man really drives home. Fastball. Gets on top. Slight pause. Short arm action. Deception. And he always aware of one thing. Velocity, where is it? 153 kilometers per hour. That translates to 95.6 miles per hour. I think the Angels have a nugget.
Well, they got something.
Man. Oh, yes.
Chervenka, Menchik, Mujik on the docket for him in this frame. That's fouled out of play. If you have one conversation with Alan Carter, you will walk away a fan. I mean, based on our experience, yes. That's fair to say.
I mean, he's inspired and just a driven young man, respectfully. And his ultimate goal here is to get a picture with Shohei Ohtani.
And or Yu Darvish, because he did grow up a huge Yu Darvish fan. That one's driven to center off the bat of Chervenka, tracked down by Masago.
Those skills we're talking about. Where's Tarek Brock? He's got to be so proud of that. Nice jump, nice direction. Great footwork, going back on a line drive, which is the toughest play for any outfielder. That line drive hit at you, slightly over your head. And as Tarek says, I want those guys to be looking in all the time. I'm going to be deciding with a towel which direction to go to.
See Brock seated here in that first row, closest to you. Part of the Pittsburgh Pirates staff and organization. They've been extremely supportive of him in this opportunity to coach something different for him in his 3+ decades of baseball experience. But he's said this is different in a good way.
Yeah, you see that last shot right there we saw with the other coach? That's Tarek passing on the info to say, hey, at some point I'm not going to be here. You guys go ahead. You see, every time the coach on his right moves somebody along, he's looking down saying, am I doing the right thing, Tarek?
And same thing for Dean Traynor in his work now with MLB China, passing on his wealth of experience to the next generation of Chinese baseball. Ray Chang as well. His experience as a player for the national team in events like this, the World Baseball Classic, now a player coach. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a pretty good pitch right there. That is sitting fastball and just being absolutely fooled on velocity differential. That's a reaction. We have to respect fastball. That's what happens.
Yeah. Maciej Menchik, 1 for 1 with a walk, that one hit, a solo home run in the third. Here in the fifth, he strikes out swinging. That's number 3 for Carter.
That's good pitching because he went right back to that breaker ball again. React to the swing. Don't start getting too pretty, even though it's not the best location overall, but offsetting the timing, which he did. Much easier to do and get away with something upstairs when you throw that hard, even when it's not a fastball. I've talked to Nolan Ryan about this years ago, about how many what are called hanging curveballs were missed up in the zone. But guess what? You're also seeing that curveball at 86 to 90 because there's 101, 102, and who knows, 110 at some point. Right?
No, no way. Maybe. Mujik, little nubber. Will be fielded by Carter. The underhand flip to first. That'll do. 1, 2, 3. Carter sends him down in order in the 5th inning. The deficit for China still 3. The Czech Republic leading China 3-0. Trying to steal the hearts of baseball fans all over the world is the Czech Republic. How and why? Well, listen to their stories.
My name is Petr Zima. I'm a financial trader. I'm a DH for the Czech team.
Arnoš Dubový, center field, teacher on high school geography and physical education.
My name is Martin Červenka. I'm a sales representative for Silvan SRO and I'm a catcher for Czech national league team.
So hello, I'm Matěj Menší. My job is I'm a sports manager in our ball club. In Brno, I play left field for Czech national team.
My name is Filip Smola.
I mean, tip your hat to what they're doing now, but really, as baseball tugs their heart, the other bigger responsibilities in their lives.
New pitcher for the Czech Republic as well. Martin Schneider, veteran 36-year-old who's a firefighter. They call him Schneidi in that dugout. Was the starting shortstop for Czechia in the last decade. A two-way force.
So this is our second firefighter we've been covering here in this tournament.
Tim Kennelly in Australia, co-captain, had a big game and a home run, the opener in that epic win against Korea. So are you trying to get at when Australia and the Czech Republic face each other later in Pool B, if Schneider were to be on the mound facing Kennelly? Full count here, facing Chen Chen. It's 4, 5, and 6 due up in the bottom of the 5th inning for China. Leadoff walk for Chen Chen.
That was a pretty good at-bat, considering the many struggles they had against velocity after 49 pitches from Padishak. Go up and just try to create some momentum and get on the board somehow here for your ball club.
Schneider was clutch for the Czech Republic in qualifiers. 2 games, 10 1/3 innings of work. And what's notable about that is he had thrown just 19 innings during the season. And so he really was just supposed to come out of the bullpen and pitch in relief. But with everything on the line against Spain, a chance to be here on the line, Schneider said, "Can you start for us?" as he throws strike 1 to Ray Chang. And Schneider told Michael Clare, friend and colleague from MLB.com, for a story. When Pavel asked me, I said, "Hey, you know me. I'm willing to die out there tomorrow, so it's up to you. It's your call. I'm ready for it." And was he ever? 6 innings, gave up just 1 run, and helped the Czechs punch their ticket.
And then when you talk about comparatively, in perspective, 19 innings compared to a league average obviously might look like, wow, only 19 innings, but we're not talking about 162. We're comparing him to somebody throwing 80 innings as a reliever. He took the baseball.
Helped him get here. Now trying to help them win here. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Chang. That one's high.
Still in the game. We saw it last night against Samurai Japan. These young kids just don't give up. We got bad here for the veteran. Smoked the ball last time up, Ray Chang. Line drive to the third baseman.
The 39-year-old awaits the 3-2. Fouls it back. Now Ray Chang, as long as we're talking about important figures, I mean, you really can't quantify what Ray Chang means to Chinese baseball. He's the manager of baseball ops for MLB's player development initiative in China. Says retired from playing after the 2017 World Baseball Classic, and yet here he is playing. One more time. Draws a walk. And you hear him barking to the dugout, let's go.
That's right.
Trying to inspire the young guys. Back-to-back walks for Team China. The tying run coming to the plate.
For Ray Chang, I mean, he came so close, Steven, so close to the big leagues. It is actually a sad part of the story in his life.
He broke his leg in really one of those fluky, terrible outfield collisions. It was in AAA in 2011, and it was the night before. The night before he was set to be called up by the Minnesota Twins.
That hurts.
But yet every conversation you have with Ray Chang, he has a smile on his face. His passion for the game has not waned. He now wants to share that with future generations and help strengthen pipelines and pave more pathways for Chinese ball players to realize their baseball dreams wherever they may be.
Great communicator.
Cao Jie. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Chen Chen on second, Ray Chang on first. The 1-1 pitch to Cao Jie. Breaks in there for a second strike. Czech fan club behind their dugout, trying to inspire their righty to escape this jam. First and second, nobody out. Back right in front of us.
A lot of front door breaking balls by Schneider. And I don't know if it's by accident or by design, but you can see the hitters react, stop, but it does not have enough velocity for some of these hitters to get locked up in their hips. Got the eye black. Got the headband. Mike Socha will be having a field day right now.
Well, I said he's a two-way guy. He plays shortstop. He definitely looks like a shortstop right now. 1-2 misses away. Right, that's the shortstop aesthetic. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm telling you, some managers of the big leagues will be having a field day saying, timeout,
Hey,
wait a minute, timeout, wait a minute.
You look good, Schneider, you feel good.
Is that part of the uniform?
That's what Pavel Hadin, hey, neurologist, degree in psychology, that's what he's saying to him. Yeah, you feel like you look good and you feel good. Means you may pitch well. I don't know why I said well there after I said good twice. That's a story for another day. 2-2 pitch. That one's down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, with his arm slotted, he's having a tough time finding a way to have the baseball make better passes through the zone and in the zone. And that's why I think he takes so much off of that breaking ball. They land so much in that inner half of the plate.
Schneider to pay things off to Cao Jie. That's in the air, pulled and hooking into the seats. You can see Ray Chang communicating to Chen Chen at second base, almost telling him.
See, another breaking ball that starts at that inner third, just comes back and spins just enough to look like a strike. But I see your point, yeah, communication. Reading, alert, anticipate, says Ray Chang.
Cao Jie spoils a pitch. Team China searching for its first knock. Perhaps it'll come with a runner in scoring position here. Trying to get on the scoreboard and cut into this Czech lead. Another 3-2. Jammed him. Jammed him. One down.
And again, it didn't look with velocity either. Just unable to pick up enough spin and understand or know exactly what he wanted to do with the barrel of the bat throughout the whole at bat. And he describes that breaking ball in that inner half to one of his teammates. Let it go there.
Yep. 88 inside, ball one to Ko Young Kang. Signed a minor league deal with the Brewers back in August of 2018. Two balls and no strikes. He signed with fellow countrymen Zhao Lun and Yi Jian. Happened in Beijing. A ton of fans there. It was a big event. Three balls, no strikes. They're playing 1 year rookie ball in 2019. No minor league season in 2020 due to the pandemic, and unfortunately was released in the fall of that year. Now he's back in the CBL, playing for the Eagles in Shanghai and for the Chinese national team. He awaits the 3-0 pitch from Schneider. It's in there for strike one.
He's got to be on a very short leash right here. Bullpen needs to be active. This game is still within reach for China with one swing.
Also, one pitch from getting out of it is Schneider. Not going to be there. A walk to load the bases. Ko Young Kang going to fire up that dugout.
I mean, there's effort dominance from Padishak, and then China sees their hopes up way more now because of the amount of walks, 3 so far this inning for Schneider. And the at bat by Ray Chang could be key here this inning.
Is this a Dean Trainer led team, or is this a Dean Trainer led team?
You better believe it. Pump your chest. Let me have it. I mean, we talked last night about his introduction on the field before the game against Samurai Japan and how he wanted to go out there and push a couple of guys in the line instead of going right to a spot at home plate.
Bases loaded for Luo Jinjun. There's a strike.
You almost have to look for that pitch. Anything breaking, Steven. Sit middle in.
Well executed from Schneider to get ahead 0-2.
That's a lane that he feels comfortable with. Those feet were not ready to hit. They were not set at all.
Schneider looking for a big strikeout. Bases loaded and 1 out. Up the middle, knocked down. A run will score. And China is on the board.
That was a beautiful play up the middle. Great range and also the presence of mind to know where the bag was and get there quickly. Menchik showing the ability to go right, go left, circle the baseball, and also react appropriately to this type of situation. Look how quick after losing the baseball and still almost got a double play.
Yeah, great effort at short by Menchik. First and third, 2 down. Luan Chen smacks the first pitch. Foul.
There's Scala in left field playing a very shallow left field.
Luan Chen in the air to right field, but on a line right into the glove of Menchik. But China does scrape a run across the board. It's now a 3-1 ball game after 5. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of World Baseball Classic Inc. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. Anybody want to pick up some Tokyo potato for Jose Moto?
Yes. I mean, I saw the many varieties of those potatoes, the way they're carved, the way they're cut, the finish, the spices, the seasoning.
I mean, yeah.
I'm in.
I mean, all of it. Just bring it all. Let's just sample everything. So China, having scored a run in the bottom of the 5th inning, now their second World Baseball Classic run of this tournament. Remember, previous iterations of this tournament, it scored 1 run total. So
came into this tournament and still are obviously with the worst run differential in the history of the World Baseball Classic. Japan were the best, not surprisingly.
Alan Carter just went past the 30-pitch plateau, so that means he will have to rest for a day. He's fallen behind Scala, 3 balls, no strikes, leading off the 6th. 7, 8, 9 in the Czech order. And Carter wants to know where that one missed, and he is told by the home plate umpire Chang Jung Jang that it was high.
As an offense right now, as we see the pitch restrictions, 50 plus 4 days, 30 plus, as Steve mentioned, 1 day. On 2 consecutive days, you have to take 1 day. Now, they play again tomorrow, China does. Early game. They have an off day, and finally they finish up against Korea the last day here of pool play.
Datorjima 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Skips away. from the backstop, Luan Chen Chen.
Those are the kind of breaks you're looking for at this stage of the game as you're trying to tack on some runs on a swing and miss, not able to handle the baseball cleanly.
So a pass ball for Team China's catcher. And Escala's in scoring position. Najima debuted in Extraliga at 16 years old. Poked to second base. Moving up to third is Escala.
Come on now. That's just great baseball. We saw it in batting practice, Stephen. They knew exactly what to do in playing situational baseball, and I explained it here in the first inning. Just the way they approach a game and the way they approach the at-bats. That is just artistic right there. In a day and age where productive outs are not applauded, you know what it does? It gets you 90 feet closer to scoring a run. And it is about scoring runs.
Yes, that's
okay.
still the name of the game. We have seen some of those throwback plays, old school, if you want to use that nomenclature. Australia-Korea game, little slap bunt.
6-hole bunt.
To the 6 hole is
by a right-handed batter.
Drawing and having drawn the infield in, showing bunt earlier, perfectly executed. Smola,
So
couple of Ks on his resume today.
With infield in here on this turf, you actually do not have to cut the distance as much. And they can be playing just a little bit deeper to allow just a couple more steps, a little bit more coverage in this type of situation. I mean, they're right on top of the hitter. Look at that.
Smola fouls it back behind 1 and 2. It's your best friend that you haven't met yet.
Part of the show. He is part of our show.
Carter's 1-2 pitch. Did he go? No.
Hands go back, shoulder elevates, barrel stays behind.
A proper call for Fabrizio at third base. Ben May at second, Pat Holberg at first. Two-two pitch, slice the other way, it drops down. Just enough to get the job done and push the lead back to 3 for the Czech Republic. And that pass ball comes back to hurt Team China.
Got the pass ball. Got the ground to second base. That's another big run here for the Czech Republic. Good pitch made, but it's about contact. And they all use the opposite field so well. The righties to right field, lefties left field, left center field.
Now Wojtek Menchik at the top of the order. And Smola coming through like that out of the 9 spot. Big just because it was a hit with runners in scoring position. They left 6 runners on base.
And Smola has struck out twice coming into that at bat. Shorten things up. Correct swing for the right situation, which is what it calls now. You think gap. You think drive the baseball here.
We've seen Menchik make an impact both ends of this game. It's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. He's made some plays that
Tulo-like plays. Like his flexibility, his awareness of the game situation. And obviously, he's got some good hands. Good reactive player in what we've seen so far here the first 5 innings.
Two balls, 2 strikes on the 24-year-old. Back in 2021, Menchik was the first Czech player to play in the College World Series for NC State. And later that year signed with the Angels, released after the draft, playing in minors for just half a season. A big part of the national team now, called out on strikes. The second out of the 6th inning.
Well, Carter knew it, the umpire knew it, Menchik knew it, but Carter let us know that, yep, watch his reaction here. Go away. Go sit down. Wow.
Like we were saying,
we knew he was a confident young man.
Yeah,
right?
Allen's got, he's got that in him. Dean Traynor will come out as the right-hander's at 46 pitches, again 50 plus, means 4 days rest. He's going to take the ball from him. He'll only have to rest 1 day. After the pitching change for Team China, Lin Chang, left-handed reliever, taking over for Alan Zhang Carter.
Carter was impressive.
You like what
Very
you saw?
impressive. Yes. I'll take somebody, and that's somebody on my staff with that type of attitude and stuff any day.
Strike 1 to Eric Sogard. Czech Republic responding to China's first run in the bottom of the 5th, with 1-1 here in the top of the 6th. Perhaps more. That one bounces away. So Smola now on second base. First one was a pass ball for the one Chen Chen.
That's a lot of spin, and then it spun the wrong way. So that rotation coming from the lefty.
This one scored a wild pitch.
So here's a story about the Sox. Eric Sogard was told, well, the way we wear our pants is all the way down, right? He's like, but I don't wear my pants all the way down. You see the socks that he wears? 2 socks with the lines and stripes. Well, he said, what if I just buy those types of socks for everybody for the team? Sure.
That was the rule.
That's it. Okay.
We came in with 30 pairs, 30 pairs of high socks.
Easy done. Your choice if you want to use them or not.
Rounded sharply foul.
What a beautiful shot. See some Sogard t-shirts.
Well, his whole family is here, and again, they forming a fast and strong bond with the Czech Republic. They had a family photo shoot on the beach here with the national team, and the great folks running Czech baseball account, and Martin, Alfie, and the whole crew there.
He was building memories with Pops, the entire family, and an entire nation.
As a 3-2 pitch coming to him. Puts it in the air, right center field. Masago is underneath it. That ends the top of the 6th inning. Czechs get the run back. Dean Traynor now managing Team China. Look back at his work in the major leagues back in the States. Marlins bullpen coach at the helm of the Pirates AAA affiliate for a handful of years. 15 seasons in the minors for the Pittsburgh, Miami, and Cleveland organizations. And now 75 years young, working as a pitching coach for MLB China and the head coach of the national team.
The baseball lifer still enjoying every single minute of competing and teaching.
His baseball life did take a turn at some point after his playing career was cut short by a rotator cuff injury. Went back to his hometown and for 13 years worked in law enforcement. Got back into baseball in 1988, managing the Fresno Suns. So I'm sure there was a time where managing Team China in the Tokyo Dome World Baseball Classic, that wasn't even within the realm of possibility.
No, and just trying to make a living and provide for the family. And then on top of that, Dean, a very successful manager in winter ball for multiple teams in different countries.
Popped up. Yampe retired as Cervenka secures it. So here with one out in the bottom of the 6th inning, it's 4-1 the Czech Republic. So the shutout has been spoiled, but Team China has yet to collect a knock. Just off, 1 ball, 1 strike for Schneider to Yang Jin. Make it 2-1. Schneider, the oldest player on Czech Republic's World Baseball Classic roster, and former starting shortstop, two-way player. Now on the bump, a shot to short. Menchik makes a stop to throw across. Is not going to be in time, but again, you see the athleticism.
Athleticism, range, and just overall field awareness. One thing I noticed too is I saw him work out and take ground balls during the workouts. It really pays attention to the point of contact, reading angles and creating angles, even though he does not get the out here. I just applaud the effort. It's like one of those infielders that whatever he gets to, he wants an out.
Masago fouled back. He's 0 for 2 today.
Masago got a nice ovation yesterday as he was
Huge.
introduced here in Tokyo.
Plays in the minor leagues in NPB. Here in Japan. Swings through the 0-1, now behind 0-2 because his mother was born in China, eligible to play for Team China in the World Baseball Classic. And so when China called to invite him, he was still surprised. Pick off attempt to first base, just a bit tardy. Wasn't expecting it, but jumped at it for a new challenge. He was the MVP in the 2016 U23 Baseball World Cup for Team Japan. So his international and national team experience was for the country in which he was born.
He's got a great build. Good frame for a ball player, an outfielder.
Just got out of the way of that. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
In watching batting practice, sound of the bat, hand position, path to the baseball. Yeah, those reps were necessary.
28-year-old behind here in the 6th inning, and he's sent down swinging.
All about the reps, which will teach you with failure. Tied him up upstairs. That's pretty much a pattern all the way back to Paddy Shack and what he did in swings and misses against this young China team.
Chen Chen, the third baseman. There are 2 Chen Chens on the roster and in the starting lineup. Because of that, the scoreboard here at the Tokyo Dome specifies the third baseman's number. Now, Luan Chen Chen is not the one I'm referencing. There is another Chen Chen.
There's a Luan Chen Chen,
who's on the bench for Team China. It's in there for strike 2. So I was talking to his teammates, his coaches. Right, well, what are the differences between the 2 Chen Chens? One who catches, the one who plays third. It's like 2 very different personalities. The third baseman, very quiet, very reserved, sweet. The catcher, fun, outgoing, goofy. Different builds.
49 pitches.
Yeah. Just before the 50-pitch mark, Hadim gets the guy he says the best pitcher in Czech history. Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning. The World Baseball Classic in the Tokyo Dome, Pool B. Czech Republic leading Team China 4-1. So Martin Schneider was just taken out of the game. He's at 49 pitches. Again, once you get to 50 plus, you got to rest for 4 days. You have to, part of the pitcher rest restrictions and the pitch limitations to protect the player. So coming into the game, Michal Kovala. And he finishes off what Schneider started. Getting 1 pitch, 1 strikeout. And now we're done with the 6th. Top 7 time, Czech Republic 4, China 1. The winner of this game automatically qualifies for the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Very important for both of these teams, viewed at on paper as the 2 most likely to fight to stay out of that bottom spot. Leading off the inning, Marek Hrup. Marek's father, Vlad, looked at as a little bit of a pioneer for baseball in Czech, as his son Marek wears one. Hey, Marek wants to swing the bat. But his dad was one of the first guys to really get bit by the bug and start things going out there. He coaches now in Extraliga. And the younger national team.
At this stage of the game, so important to provide some base runners and little traffic for the guys with the big bats. It is Sherbenka's opportunity here. Drove the ball very well to deep right field first time up. 3 flyouts today to each part of the outfield.
Cervenka, line foul. Loud strike for the star catcher. This is keeping you abreast of all the action around the World Baseball Classic in the top of the 3rd. Panama up on Cuba 4-2. It's been a really disappointing tournament so far for the Cubans.
Coming into the tournament, lots of questions about the entire staff and the talent. Great talent for Cubans right now is in one place, the major leagues. Yeah. So Serie Nacional has been truly affected by all the players that are now impacting in a positive way Major League Baseball. A couple of big leaguers on that team, though. And
Yohan Moncada, Luis Robert, and Yoenis
Cespedes, obviously not signed by anybody right now. Had a pretty decent winter ball season in the Dominican. And there were many more players that wanted to play and committed to play.
Yep.
Out of the major league ranks. Until other things got in the way.
Cervenka to left field in the air. Calling off Masago is Ko Young Kang for the first out of the 7th.
So one thing we have not seen anybody so far here in this dome have any issues with pop-up, Stephen. But we did see every team that worked out, obviously not including the Japanese team. Samurai Japan knows very well about this ballpark, but every team had pop-up and fly-out sessions in each one of their practices.
Biggest swing of this ball game belongs to this man, Maciej Menchik. That was his home run leading off the 3rd inning. Extraliga's top hitter twice, once in 2020 and then again in 2022.
You know, we encourage our viewers to watch the documentary made about this ball club and their nice run in the qualifier. It's absolutely stunning, motivating in so many ways. And this man right here was right in the middle of everything.
Yeah, hit a home run against Spain in the first matchup, the one where they were terminated early. They were run ruled. 21-7 game, but it was, you know, his swing and a few others that gave him and the rest of the Czech roster some hope for that week, some optimism and momentum. Again, momentum after a 21-7 loss. What is that? How is that even possible? Well, ask the Czech national team. Our friend Tyler Mon, Ryan Roland Smith, they're calling the action in Taichung. They're calling qualifier in Germany. You got to know this group intimately. And talking to Tyler in the lead up to this World Baseball Classic, you said you were going to love this team.
I mean,
and he wasn't wrong.
In that documentary, we have a chance. Small country, big dreams. Beautifully made.
And that country's flag next to the World Baseball Classic banner for the first time. Leading here in the first game against China. We talked about the home run earlier. Let's show it to you.
Look at the passes. The pass through the baseball, but also the slight pause where that front foot lands. It creates that separation. I've learned more about front foot landing from Mike Trout than anybody else. You talk to Mike Trout about when he's shuffling, when he's in between, and he'll say, I got to get my foot down. Foot down. Separates. His eyes, his hands, trigger mechanism. So, Mike, what's the wrong thing? My foot's up in the air, and I'm getting caught landing too late and not able to lay off certain pitches, especially the high fastball.
Lost arm side, ball 4 for the Czech right fielder. Now 2 on base for the first baseman, Martin Mujic.
The next batter, first baseman, Martin Mujic.
Luan Chen going to come out and talk to Lin Chang. Makes all the sense in the world for Ray to be the manager of this team.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
As I mentioned, you know, the history and the investment Major League Baseball has made in China now for decades has been remarkable and impacting. I mentioned the names of Terry Collins and Jim Lefevre and John McLaren. Now Dean Traynor, and the baton will keep getting passed up.
Dean Traynor taking the ball from Lin Chang here in the top of the 7th inning with his team down 3. Gong Hai-sheng is into the game. The 24-year-old pitches for the Shanghai Eagles in CBL. No stranger to the World Baseball Classic, though. Appeared in 2017, was the youngest player on China's roster in that tournament. He was one of 2 players from China's MLB Development Center to make that team. A scoreless 3rd of an inning. And that came against Japan. Now he's facing the Czech Republic.
He is considered one of their top pitchers. With some minor league professional baseball in the U.S. experience.
Yeah, that's with the Pirates organization. A couple years there. And his job now is to keep the deficit at 3 runs.
And for the Czechs, the mentality is this is our time right now. You know, put a seal on this one. On the offensive side, carry on, tack on, and start the countdown.
Mujic 0 for 2. And that sac fly in the 1st inning made it 2-0 game. And Sheik's homer made it 3-0. China pushed a run across 3-1. The Czechs got it right back in the bottom, or excuse me, the top of the 6th rather.
It's crazy to think, Stephen, that baseball in China goes back to the 1860s. Students and missionaries introducing the game.
Wasn't until early 2000s CBL was formed. Ooh, time called at the plate from Mujic. And Gong Hai-sheng is almost throwing pitch home. Big cut, strike 2. Throw back down to first. Yep, that's going to get him.
It's a great play. Outstanding job behind the play by Luan Chen. Wow. Get a read on it. Get somebody sleeping. And get yourself and your team a free out. Huge secondary lead. And Saugier also right on the play. Well designed. Position his body correctly and also call for the right pitch.
That's a big second out. Kloop on second base still. Potential insurance for the Czech Republic. The 3-2 to Mujik. Got a piece of it. Mujik likes to swing for the fences. Let's see what he does here. He gets hit. Second Czech batter this inning. Reach base via the HBP.
Even though you do have the second out, you get that runner back.
The 24-year-old Willie Escala. Numbers last year with Miami of Ohio in the NCAA. Playing some indie ball. Good breaking ball for strike one.
His timing seems a bit off, Escala, so far. With this type of hitter that he is, and the approach that he does have, and we saw in batting practice, he's got to go out there and get that ball to get a little bit deeper.
Bunt laid down. Chen charging, not going to be able to do anything with it.
Or do that when you're scuffling and not feeling well.
Yeah.
Who says you shouldn't bunt with 2 outs? Come on now. That's just doing your job and knowing how far your third baseman is. And that's just a free hit. Take it. It's more base runners and more pressure on the defense.
Hustling down the line. Loading the bases for Petržima. How's this for a moment for the Czech team captain? Can break it open with the swing. Ground ball to third base. Chen will make the play and end the top of the 7th. Team China gets out of the bases loaded jam. They still need 3. 4-1 Czech Republic in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now we can talk a little bit more about Michal Chovala, because he only threw 1 pitch when he came in the middle of an AB in the last inning, and he recorded a strikeout, and he gets credit for that strikeout.
He was not messing around.
19-year-old righty Jose, and he is committed to play at Georgia Tech in the United States.
There's some shoes to fill.
Ray Chang greets him with a shot to left field. Ray Chang off the wall and left. The 39-year-old chugging into second base. He is safe with a leadoff double.
Oh, Ray's done a terrific job today with the bad line drive to third base. Unfortunate for him, first at bat, drew the walk on a hard fought at bat back in the 5th, and now gets a breaking ball and absolutely deposit. He's dropping that barrel. Those legs chugging along and making it
Go, Ray. Go, Ray.
He wants that
Run,
ball to
Ray.
leave so he doesn't have to run.
The 39-year-old with an extra base knock off the 19-year-old.
You were talking about how highly rated Coppola is. And there's a reason for that, Stephen. He's got stuff.
Grounded foul. Xiaojie. So for Ray Chang, he played in the 09 World Baseball Classic, 13, 17, and here in 2023. He has an extra base hit in 3 different tournaments.
Drive the ball, man. Experience. And obviously, when you shake his hand, you know why.
Yeah, the paw.
There's power.
Yeah. Kovala. Bounces to the backstop. Chang to third base.
Chang's like, well, these legs, man, just make it a little easier on me. Some heavy breathing going on there, but happily to be closer to getting another run on what is still a reachable game here for the China team.
And played Japan real tough for 7 innings last night. Xiaojie puts a charge into one to center field. Hloop will track it down. Chang will tag up and score to make it a 4-2 game.
As 2 batters in this inning, both of them hit the ball really hard against Kovala here. The breaking ball staying up in the zone. And Ray Chang, those legs chug along all the way around. So inspirational. Beautiful play in center field by Hloop.
Yeah, tracked down a ball that was hit nearly 102 miles per hour off the bat. Again, Hloop, even at his size, that's a part of his skill set and what he can do. Truly a 5-tool type player.
Oh, no kidding. This kid really wants it. I really hope and pray that he gets the opportunity.
Kovala listed 6 foot, 180 pounds. His favorite MLB player, Dustin Pedroia.
A lot of off-speed pitches, a lot of breaking balls, and watching him warm up, I did see enough fastball, but at this point, it doesn't seem like he's trusting it enough.
Rated the #1 prospect in Europe by Perfect Game. And soon, just a matter of months, in fact, taking his talents to the United States and the ACC. This 3-2 pitch fouled away.
Close enough, but I'm still surprised he's not using that good fastball. That's why he's not commanding it well. He's given these hitters way too much credit. That is my opinion.
Now tying run to the plate for Team China with just 1 out in the 7th inning. It's Luo Jinjun, who helped China get on the board today.
There's a good visit here by Cervenka. You have to slow him down because one of the assets that he does have is his energy, his high energy guy who needs to just go out there and breathe and take it easy and just let the game get back into its flow a little bit slower.
2 balls, no strikes. One generation of the Czech national team catching the next. Checking back at Ko Young Kang. Throw bounces away. They'll go to second, make it third. The throw all the way across. On target, but a little late.
The energy doesn't stop here. Totally leaning in full by the move, and with plenty of room around that side of foul territory and good speed. And it's a great idea. But the move itself, frustration short by Kovala, it was a little questionable, I would say. We'll take another look.
That ground ball gets into center field. China's within 1.
Saw last night against Samurai Japan that they are trying everything and putting the ball in play and fighting through at bats. Inspired by Dean Trainer, and here they are within 1. See the left side of the infield playing in, right side of the infield playing halfway.
Mound visit for the 19-year-old right-hander of the Czech Republic.
Here's that move I'm talking about. Saw the first base umpire, Pat Holbrook, getting ready to perhaps question that call. Just did not look very clean with his feet. And that's why perhaps the runner at first base was ready to get picked off. Look at that back foot got stuck right there.
Yuan Chen Chen takes a ball. And you can hear that Team China dugout.
And you can see that there's actually no solid finish and fluidity in the delivery and commanding the fastball so far for Kovala throughout this whole inning.
Kovala trying to settle himself, throwing back. And it's watching the footwork again on that pickoff.
I am watching the footwork. Does he really disengage with that back foot?
Chen Chen flash bunt, bowled it back. Ahead 3 balls, no strikes. That gets the plate for strike 1. Double barrel action in the Czech bullpen. Ground ball could get him out of this inning. Strike 2.
There you go. Trust number 1. That is your best pitch. The more you throw, the better command, and then the pick here you can get with the location.
Some stress for the youngster. Situation, an opportunity for learning and growth, though, too, on this international stage. Checks back on the tying run on first base. Delivers the 3-2. Fouled back by the one, Chen Chen. Let's try another payoff pitch. Walked him.
Next batter, right fielder, Young Hay.
Liang Pei, after the 7th walk issued by Czech pitching today, will step in. The leadoff batter to right center field. Kloop racing after it. He's not going to get it. Team China has tied the game in the 7th inning to throw the 3rd. Not in time. Liang Pei with another big swing in the World Baseball Classic.
Can't say it enough. If you just allow yourself to be close enough and then you get a sense that the guy on the mound is just helping you out, you go out there and just be patient, be aggressive at the same time. Just don't lose that drive to know that you are one big base hit away when you're provided some traffic by the guy on the mound with the walks. Outstanding piece of hitting and splitting that gap in right center field. Everything just right on time.
4-4 and a pitching change for the Czech Republic. Smile, Dean. Team China with a crooked number in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3 runs to tie the game at 4. Marek Minajic, a.k.a. the Czech Shohei Ohtani, enters out of the bullpen.
Shohei-like numbers with 52 strikeouts and 39 2/3. It's time to show it.
Led Extraliga in both home runs and pitching strikeouts in 2021. High leverage spot here in the 7th. Team China has runners at the corners. Just 1 out. Yang Jin fouls the first pitch away.
Now remember, this is a China team that did not get their first base hit until the last inning, the 6th inning. And since then, all the pitches they've seen in the swings have gotten better the last 2 innings.
Slipped there.
And you mentioned, Ray Chang's inspiration. He got this whole thing started.
Yep. Leadoff double. He is next to Dean Trainer, the hitting coach and the designated hitter.
And the administrator.
Ooh, Minajic produces a swinging strike. 1-2. Again, the winner of this game automatically qualifies for the next World Baseball Classic. That's why the stakes are so high, even though it's just day 2 of pool play. Czech Republic in its first tournament, in its first game. Pinch runner will enter for Team China.
Pitch runner for Team China, Zhu Shi.
Zhu Shudong Now at third base, the 1-2 pitch. Inside, count level. Minashik off the glove, coming home to score. China has its first lead.
Never gave up on it. They kept their team engaged, and all that energy and the youth movement in that dugout, my goodness. Here we are, things have turned around on what appeared to be just an easy 1-3. Nothing's gone easy for Czech Republic here this inning.
Still just one out for Yusuke Masago. Big swing at strike two.
And for them to put this game away, it's right here with this big man, the number 3 hitter.
.91 miles per hour outside. Now the Czech Republic medal will be tested again, as it was in the World Baseball Classic qualifiers in Germany. And here in the Tokyo Dome, they once led 4-1. The 7th inning comeback by China, one that's still not over, has flipped the scoreboard on them. Did he go? No, he did not.
Let's take a look here. Those hands committed, barrel. Very close. But at real speed, no.
China with 5 hits today, 3 of them with runners in scoring position. Will Masago provide a 4th? Chopper foul, heads up to Eric Brock.
That's a pretty good aggressive swing. I like it. Really like it.
Masago puts a fly ball to left field, where Escala is waiting. Runners cannot tag as the throw makes it to third quickly. 2 down.
That was a very impressive pass right through the zone, but just a little extra velocity got him.
9th batter of the 7th for Team China is Chen Chen. Big 6'7" Minajic. Seen that a couple times today, just his balance, his footing.
Crisscross delivery, ball direction, you know, that diagonal delivery. Just not helping out, not finding it out. As it happened with Schneider a couple of times too in his delivery.
Huge pass from Chen. Strike one. Minajic, former minor leaguer for the two teams in Pennsylvania, the Pirates and the Phillies. Closed out the World Baseball Classic qualifier against Spain. Now just trying to hold China down. He's already pushed 4 runs across. Throw down to second.
These 5 runs by Team China really, it ties their previous high in a game in the World Baseball Classic going back to 2013 in a 5-2 win against Brazil. So 5 on the board is meaningful to them.
Three-one ground ball to Sogard. Ends the 7th inning, but a huge rally for China. Now leads 5-4. Jose Mota and Steven Haichung has 9, 1, and 2 in Czech Republic's order. Smola, Menchik, and Sogard. It was Smola's RBI single that made it 4-1 in the top of the 6th inning. Comes back to the plate in a much different situation.
If your team Czech Republic, you have to understand that there's going to be some counts are going to be favorable to you. Don't spread the zone. Don't help them out.
Popped up. Who's got it? Li-Ning, Chen. Li-Ning! Just off the bench.
So they bring him in. He's fun to watch, that young kid. I mean, the gear is even too big for him. But talk about, you know, staying engaged with the play. He calls it, ball drifts, third baseman's calling, he stays right with it. Look how loose those straps are. It doesn't matter, man. He's a player. So impressed with him last night.
Yeah. She'll flash that pop time, his instincts.
Does more of the big league style nowadays with one knee on the ground when he receives.
Quickly gives the signal out to Gong Hai Chung.
Love the target. You see that?
Oh, 2
Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Lower. Over here. That's where you're going to miss. Thank you.
Paint for his called strike 3.
Bring that energy and that wisdom and that pace. He's right behind the plate immediately. Target exaggerated. And if it runs back a little bit more over the plate, at least he didn't miss closer to the hitting area on the right-handed batter.
Czech fan club chants of "Let's go Eric" for Eric Sogard. He steps in with 2 out in the top of the 8th inning. Pavel Hadim, in talking about welcoming Sogard to the Czech national team, saying one guy is not going to win us a tournament, but Eric will surely be a big help to us at the World Baseball Classic and at the European Championship. He watches strike 1. Another pop up. Li Ning racing after it. That was well out of play. But
plays like an infielder.
Yeah.
He is. He's like an infielder behind the plate.
Czech Republic down to 4 outs now. In a blink.
They had all the momentum for those first 3 innings. Total control. Offensively, and especially on the mound. First hit allowed by the Czech Republic. Came back in the 6th inning.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Popped up. Li Ning gonna chase after it again. Li Ning catches it. That's a 1-2-3 8th inning for Team China.
How do you get back in a game? Well, count on your veteran hitting coach, administrator, counselor, father figure, and then inspire those youngsters to continue to put the bat on that baseball and get some good passes, get the air pressure on the mound, use defensive situations and find some holes, and before you know it, you are in control. Going back to 2013, I repeat, most runs scored by Team China, 5 on a win against Brazil.
Ooh.
Little too much spin on that one.
Strike 2. Ray Chang didn't like that call.
Yeah, that previous pitch got him on his heels, and he's like, hey, wait a minute, no, I'm not leaning. Perfect location.
Chang called out on strikes. It's like, really? Yep. It's Jung Chang.
Repeat location after getting him on his heels.
Cao Jie had a sac fly that scored Chang in that 7th inning rally. Oh! You've seen Derek Brock at the jump here the last couple innings.
Yeah, you notice how those bats are getting quicker now? Guys really just letting that ball get to a spot where they can go out there and flip it and whip it with that barrel.
Little tapper to the right side. Mujik handled the spin on it. Did it himself. 2 down.
The next batter, left fielder, Ko Yongkan.
The Manaric is no picnic when he's on the mound with that frame at 6'7", 225, which allows him to, as he throws across his body, have a better way of hiding the baseball. And also, because of that frame, he's got to be consistent. It's so many pieces moving that point A to point B has to have direction.
Called strike 3. Ends the 8th inning. To the 9th. Last licks for the Czech Republic. Starmata Klub will lead off. Team China 3 outs away from an historic World Baseball Classic win. The last time they earned a victory in this tournament, all the way back in 2013. It's been a long time. They scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to take a 4-1 deficit to a 5-4 lead. But to finish it off, Jose, they will have to contend with 3, 4, and 5 in the Czech Republic order.
This is exactly what you want on the offensive side. And going back to the good at-bats they had to begin the ball game. And for Team China, I think the lessons learned yesterday in the middle of the game today, it's about minimizing the walks and those free passes that turn into runs.
Gong Haichung. Klub was out in front of that one.
Just like that, that's still a strike. He hit it hard, but strikes are at a premium right now.
So you have the Czech Republic's five-tool star in Klub, their best player ever in Červenka, and then a power threat who's gone deep today in Menšík. One and two after the foul ball. for a player his college coach Landon Powell, played the big leagues, calls a unicorn. The Czech Republic hoping he can do something magical here in the 9th inning. The team down 1. Tipped into the glove, strike 3.
You even the count, you get ahead, you put them away. Well, look at a pretty hittable pitch, but just haven't seen the good passes throughout the afternoon for Hloop.
Martin Chervenka. Who, like Ray Chang for Team China, has come so agonizingly close to reaching Major League Baseball. Can he author some heroics for his country? Foul ball tipped right back into the umpire, Chan Jung Chang.
Seems to be okay. That's good. He gets a nice round of applause. And let's be mindful, too, as the pool progresses, Steven. Their next match were Czech Republic, Samurai, Japan. Yeah.
The job for Gong Hai Chung. Up to this point, he's pitched 2 full frames now. Just 1 hit with 2 strikeouts, including one to start this 9th of Hloop. The 2-1 pitch to Chervenka. Now 3-1.
Been retired. All fly balls 4 times today. The best shot, though, was in the first inning with a deep drive to the warning track in right field.
He's come close, but nothing to show for it yet. A 1-out walk. So the tying run on base for Maciej Menchik, who did this in the 3rd inning.
Land early, let it fly. Now he's found himself in a situation where 1 swing could change things around for his country and for his team.
He's a 2022 All-Star in Extraliga, 1344 OPS. That was 2nd in the league, only trailing the guy on first base right now.
And these outfielders, as they should, are playing very deep. Yeah, this is a Tarek Brock special right here. No doubles.
For Team China, they knew that they were viewed by many as the underdogs in this tournament. Good work by Li Ning to keep it in front of them. And in the Czech Republic, on paper, everyone had this game circled as most important to avoid the 5th and last spot in the pool. Okay, so Team China says, we don't have to play perfect. We're not going to bash a ton of home runs. We got to manufacture. We got to play clean. They manufactured runs in the 7th to give them the lead. Now they have to play clean in the 9th inning to close it out.
They've done such a good job today in spinning the baseball. In any count. Being able to go with the off speeds.
2 called. Count level. On the other side for the Czech Republic, would like to cash in with a runner on base.
That pitch's been called pretty much all day.
Czechs have left 10 runners on so far tonight. 2-2 pitch, line into left field. Down the line into the corner, Chervenka hustling for third. Has the stop sign as Menchik has a 1-out double.
That was a rocket right down that line. And we talk about the outfielders playing deep. Third baseman not playing as deep. And this ball gets on him so quickly. Catchable. But boy, that's exactly what you want. You got the walk. On deck circle, do a little homework on velocity. And you got the energized dugout right now with a tremendous opportunity here for the Czech Republic team.
Yeah. Jakub Greppel pinch running. Dean Traynor will go out to get Gong Hai Chung. A pitching change as the Czechs have runners on second and third. You want drama, you got it here at the World Baseball Classic in Pool B. China leading the Czech Republic 5-4 in the top of the 9th inning. But after a 1-out double from Maciej Menchik, the Czechs have the tying run on third and the go-ahead run on second.
This is how these games should end, no matter what. 2 teams unexpected to be in the fight. And a little more live, a little wake up now on the first base side of that dugout.
Zhu Quan pitches for the KT Wiz and the KBO. An experienced reliever there, being called upon by Dean Traynor to try and finish this one out. Against Martin Mujic, who was the game-winning hit in the World Baseball Classic qualifier last September against Spain.
Infield in.
Mujic with a drive, deep left field. It is gone! Mujic, magic, and the Czech Republic leads 7-5.
There's not much more to add. Loud shot. Goodness.
Ground ball to first base. Xiao Jie will step on the bag for out number 2 in the 9th.
Here it is again. Go to that pattern they've seen today, a lot of breaking balls, and just absolutely unload. What a shot. And Steven mentioned right man, right spot. It all started with a walk by Chervenka. And follow the leader. Look at the separation here. Wow. That was
Just
turn and burn, baby.
Stone cold, too, on the reaction. There's a shot to left center. That's in the gap. It will get down off the warning track and off the wall. The captain, Petržima, with a stand-up double.
Oh, that hat. We knew it was not the last time we were going to see the hat. And this rally has brought it out back again. So well, they play with this flair. And we use passion a lot, but they have a flair and a confidence and just the grittiness, and it shows. Just did not allow anything to get him down.
And watch, and just look at the Czech fan club right now. In the dirt ball one, you know, there was that shot of that one fan crying after the home run. And you see some folks talk about how they don't care about the World Baseball Classic, doesn't matter, not a big deal. Okay.
And here's, you know, something clearly that when we talk about teams and major league teams and minor league teams, and you talk about pennants, go off to the side here, and you bring your flag, which matters more.
Smola pokes one out to right center field. That will get down. Insurance for the Czech Republic. It's now 8-5.
That's how you get to wave that flag and proudly show those colors. Talked about the hitting coach and the job he's done with his ball club. You got to go out there and remind guys sometimes, hey, how are they getting us out here the last couple of at-bats? Let's go out there and look for certain pitches. They have been on every single off-speed this inning.
Menchik. Oh, nice play by Chen Chen at third base. And an equally nice pick by Xiao Jie at first to end the top of the ninth inning. A 4 spot for the Czech Republic. Now it's time for the bottom of the ninth. How will Team China respond? Find out next. The game is turned again. China scored 4 in the 7th to take a 5-4 lead. The Czech Republic with 4 in the top of the ninth to get back in front. 8-5. Bottom of the ninth. Let's go. Luo Jinjun will lead off. 8-9-1 for Team China. Marek Minajik Already past 30 pitches. Will begin the bottom of the ninth on the mound for the Czech Republic.
We should be thinking nothing else but it's on me right here. I need to close it off.
Ground ball. Sogard makes the throw for the first out of the bottom of the ninth inning.
The all-important first out. Down to 2.
Change in emotions between the two dugouts as this afternoon has gone along. It's difficult to hang on to this roller coaster ride, man.
It is.
Another ground ball just along the line, and Smola's gonna have to put it in his pocket. Leaning aboard, hustling out that little nubber.
Glad to see that Manaric is okay after landing this way right here and falling on the mound. Tough play no matter what for anybody. You could not have rolled it any better.
Yang Pei has delivered for Team China in these first 2 games of the World Baseball Classic. A home run against Japan and an RBI base hit in the 7th that tied the game before Yang Jin gave him the lead. Takes strike 1. The Team China hoping for a 9th inning rally. Strike 3 called. 2 down in the 9th.
The next batter, shortstop, Yang Jin.
Let it go, fill the zone, trust it. Little late movement coming right back into the zone for a call strike. Huge out.
Yang Jin fouls back. The first pitch, 0-1. Shot foul. Ground ball to the right side. Stopped there by Mujic. The flip to Minijic. That'll do it. Small country, big dreams. Czech Republic, you ain't dreaming. You just won your first World Baseball Classic game.
Tip your hat to a ball club that just never gives up. We've seen that in the qualifier and the documentary that truly illustrated who they are. Led by a neurologist who is a tremendous psychologist. And all the mentality, everything that flows in the player's mind comes down to one thing: believe, trust, and know that you are never out of a game. Number 5 and number 6 hitters, just an outstanding job in getting all the run production.
Pavel Khadim. On the foundation built by Mike Griffin on his staff, helping to lead his country not just to this tournament, but to a win in this tournament. So we update the standings in Pool B. Japan and Australia 1-0, with Samurai Japan slated to play Korea in 3 hours here in the Tokyo Dome. Now the Czech Republic also at 1-0. China falling to 0-2 in a difficult spot. What a ball game between these two teams that have captured baseball-loving hearts all over the globe. Ultimately, the Czech Republic wins. Again, in 3 hours, 7 p.m. local in Tokyo. One of the great international baseball rivalries will take to the stage, Japan and Korea. Until then, we have to say thank you. So for Jose Mota and our terrific crew, I'm Steven Elson. Thanks for watching. Get some rest, set your alarms. We'll see you soon at the World Baseball Classic.